Alright, welcome back to another league race this time. We're at TMC, reserving this time in Div 2, and we're at Abu Dhabi, so obviously the conditions are going to be dry. And I didn't have my setup here. I had to work off memory what I used in another practice session, so we're going to take you through it. And apologies if I have I'm sick, alright? I'm stuffed up here, and you're going to hear it at some point. So, anyways, I'm going to go 110 wings in the end. I did 1.9 there, but 1-1 suspension. I want a nice easy time over these bumps. I'm going to go in 5-6 ride height. Probably could do a bit better for straight line speed if you lower it, but you probably could get away with 4-5. But I wanted to do 5-6 for a bit more stuff in the corners. 9 ballast. I'm running here for the first time because I'm going 110 wings. So the rest of the thing's fairly simple. I need to go with 4-3 roll bars. I probably would like that to be a 5-4 or something, maybe 6-4, because I was having trouble with change of, especially in qualifying. I had issues with change of direction, in mostly in the sector after, or the corner after the what am I trying to say? At the bottom of the second DRS straight, that chicane, I had troubles with change of direction. So I initially did change it, and then I was like, I'll leave it. So that'd be the thing I'd change next time. Full tire pressures, not an issue for me here, and 9 ballast would be interesting to see. So I probably could have got away with 1.9 wing, but well, I might try that some other time. But anyways, I just really struggled in qualifying. Like I couldn't get a decent. Here's my banker. It's a 34 4. I thought that's okay to begin with. I made a few mistakes and obviously made another one there. I took too much out of that curb. On my next on another run, I noticed I have hyper, so I came into the pits, and here in the qualifying, I'm going to be. I ended up getting distracted by that time of 1:18 in Abu Dhabi, which from very sore rectum, and I ended up cutting the corner. Very sore rectum is of course scuba, and he lagged out. So yeah, look, I'm 15 seconds off the pace. It's not looking great, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking great. On the hypers in 7th place, 15 seconds off the pace. You know, it's gonna be tough to overcome that deficit in the race, but we'll do what we can. So okay, so it's really 6th place. There's a couple of guys on the ultras are ahead, like to keep in Afri. Poor old Bert backed out because he ran like 2 wings, I think. So the strategy we're going to do a 2-stop. It's going to be hypers to ultras to hypers. So I'll try and get these to lap 8 or so ish. Yeah, and then get your ultras to lap 20, and then from lap 20, then you know, go for it to the end of the race. I ended up putting 4 laps of fuel in. I thought this was way too much to begin, but actually it worked out really, really well. So. Oh, this cup of tea is so good. You can see there the ghost of a very sore rectum just creeping up. So we're going to get by him, obviously. So start's important here. Track position is really important here, so I want to get away well. Stevie G's in front of me, free to keep a low key, and Paul the other ones above as well. So here we go then. 5 red lights. And away we go. Dreadful start, absolutely woeful start. There goes Yaram. Got Matt on my right, who's a reserve. Joe on the inside. Thankfully, he had to kind of back out because Yarham was there. And I'm just going to super on the outside here, off the track a bit. But I was amazed I didn't get a legal overtake for that. But I'm happy to take it. And we're basically where we started, basically, even though we got by the ghost of the very sore rectum. So. Behind Afri, behind Yaram. Sorry, I keep forgetting that it's Yaram, not Yarham. So, lots of fuel, obviously full ERS to start. So I wanted to kind of see where my straight line speed was at. 110 wings, so. But yeah, just a really awful start, man. Just honest. I probably need to do 5 laps or something to just get a better start, because honestly, it's the one thing I'm doing wrong with no traction. There's a little bump between Afri and Yarham. So I'm going to get by there. Wesker's quite close as well. I'm hoping he wouldn't go for the move because he is on the ultras and I'm on the hypers, and right now I've got a bit more pace to burn. Eventually it will switch to where Wesker is quicker. Who's Wesker, my temporary teammate for this race, who I hopped into a Mercedes. Lap 3, Stevie G and Afri squabbling up in front here. Afri on hypers, ultras rather. Stevie G then on the Hypersofts as well as me. So open the DRS. Wesker's still behind. So I'm not going to be close enough to get a move done on Stevie G on this occasion. So, but things are looking good. We're in P6. And then this time, a lap later, after he's dropped Stevie G out of DRS and I have DRS, and this is going to be a fairly simple overtake in the end. Check the space, make sure it's safe enough to come back over across. I thought I had enough clearance to do it. So I think Wesker may have dived him though. I'm not sure if I kind of had to made him break a little earlier, and maybe Wesker went for the dive. And not sure, but anyways, move up to the 5th. Lap 5 then. This is the point then where Wesker goes. I was happy enough to let him go. I didn't bother putting a standard or didn't bother putting a rich overtake. Just let him go, and yeah, see what he could do. That puts him in P5. So let him do the work then, and I've got Yaron behind. I have actually his lap 6. Loki is done. He's binned out of turn 3. So there you go. A free position right there in the top 5 then, so this is looking good. I am doing the 2-stop, obviously. Some people are doing the 1, so we'll see how this works out much later on. But for now, it's just getting these tyres to the end of this stint, and there we go. Lap 8 we have. So thankfully I was able to survive from Merck and or more so Yarm and Merck. But now I put on the Ultra Sauce. I put up the 210 wing for this stint. I just wanted a bit more direction change, and I thought that would be very important. I think it was actually a good decision in the end. So anyways, we're going to come out as Yaron pits as well. We're going to come out in 12th by the looks of it. So with a nice clear track ahead. You can see Joe there on the hypers coming out of basically turn 1 there in the McLaren. So looking good. Lots of work to do. Stevie G's paid a few laps earlier, and look how much of an undercut he's gained there. So that's how much. That's that's what the undercut does for you in Abu Dhabi. So you have to really time it well. Lap 10 on 4.5 seconds behind Stevie G. So that's what we have to work with as we crack on with this second stint. And lap 11. I mean, look at the time already. Like I've already taken a little bit out. A couple of guys coming into the pits, Afri included. And we're going to get by Afri now as well. So, yeah, so Afri on the supers become near the end of the race, I suppose. So, anyways, lap 12, we've caught up to the back of that forcing day once again. And I was really hoping to get this done by the end of this straight, because it's trouble if you're stuck behind another car in sector 3, and you'll see that later on. So I was like, please close up enough. You close the door. You thought you closed the door enough. I'm going to leave it down the inside. The space is there. And I got that didn't work out. A gap opened down the inside here. I'm still in Rich and overtaking. I'm just going to outdrag him. He gets on the curb. I'm going to outdrag him, and that was a big one, big move to get that done. It looked really cool actually. From I was watching I think it was either Afri or Dekeepa's point of view, and that looked kind of fun as well. So up ahead. So anyways, lap 13. A couple of other guys coming into the pits, including Dekeepa, I believe. So now we're in second place ahead of everyone apart from Matter. EVR Matter, who's gone the super softs. Lap 14, what happens here? Dekeepa gets by Afri after Afri had some catter issues. And then there goes Joe as a result of the ghost car, I believe. So, although it's funny when you look at Afri's video and his POV, it's like Joe had an accident on his own, but I think there was a lag bubble. Anyways, lap 19, here's Dekeepa. I mean, nothing I can do here, no point fighting this. With DRS it's going to be difficult to find it, so I left it. Save my ERS, save the fuel, and you just need to get to lap 20, and that's all I need to do. So after he's a few seconds back still, so we're good here. We have DRS here on Dekeepa, so we can just keep going. I actually didn't notice he weaved there. Maybe he just appreciated him, but I'm not sure. Didn't notice that actually till now. So, anyways, and a stupid penalty then for. When you're behind someone, you fall into a corner. I'll take it easy through the corner, not get a pen. Yeah, I ended up getting the pen. So it's my first one, so I felt confident maybe other people could get maybe 2 or 3. So anyways, we're on the hypers then. Lap 20 we pitched it there. Lap 21 to 28. It's not a fresh set; it's a used set from qualifying. So if you're doing hypers in quali, I recommend leaving a set at least. So anyways, we've got a lot of work to do. We're going to come out in 10th. Behind a little battle between I think it's Oshin and Timo. So there's that little squabble going on. EVR Matter is also kind of moving his way through the field as well, having pitches on supers to ultra softs, and he's going to be slicing through the field as well. So there you go, lap 21 then. Just the wrong place of the track to catch up to these guys. I'm desperate to get by. Time is precious at this phase of the race. You just have to get on with it. You can see the wing damage there to Timo on that left-hand side. That end plate's missing. So I knew it was going to be difficult to actually make contact with him back there, but just time is precious, especially on these hypers. We've not got a lot of laps, have a lot of time to make up. Again, just so much quicker, but you have to wait for the right time. And here we go. Then they opens up here into the last corner. There we go. We get the move done into P9 then. So next up is that other Williams in front then of Oshin. So hoping to get the job done. And here we go. I think we're sticking on board for this one. Because I was hoping to catch up into the DRS by the end of that first sector, and we're close. We're about 1 point, we're 1 second. So hopefully by the activation point, we should be good. And look at that already, we're good. So in the DRS, and much better cornering, much better traction on exit as well. Obviously, really no traction in this one again. So. Excuse me, he goes defensive. I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to catch you for the bottom of this straight for the next one. Oh, just kidding. I reel him in a vast rate of knots. I'm going to go for it. Outcoached myself a bit. Make sure he had space. Just make sure where he was behind me. So a little bit sloppier than I would have wanted, but I got the move done anyways. It would have been a matter of time regardless. So, excuse me. Then to P8. Poddy's next, 4.4 seconds for Poddy. Not sure what happened to Poddy in that race. He started up near the top, ended up doing the 2-stop, and he's on the supers for some reason. So I'm not sure what happened to him if he just messed up the strategy. But here we go, then lap 24. You think when you come out and you've got, you see how much you have to do, but you do have to remember how much you're actually catching. Because in basically lap of the bit, I've caught 4 seconds on Poddy. So these guys, if you're doing the 1-stop, you're taking these tires from like sometimes lap 9, 10. 11, 12 until 28. Like these supers aren't great. So here we go. Then we got DRS on Poddy. Then heading down towards, I think it's turn 10. So anyways, DRS. You've defended too much. I'm gonna go through this open door down the inside, and I'll get that move done. And that is up into P7. And Matter is in front, and Matter is kind of doing the same thing I'm doing. He's kind of pulling himself closer to these guys as well. So. Take me with you, basically is what I was saying to him. Lap 27 then we've said next few laps I'm just catching up to the back of these guys, and now all of a sudden there's a podium in grounds here. There's Matter here, there's Wesker, there's Kevin, Merck is a little bit up the road but not too far. So by the way, I went back to 110 wing at the pit stop. So here we go then. Look at this. See Merck just ahead there. So Matter's going to make contact with the back of Kevin. I go on the outside, but illegally, apparently. So that was nonsense. I was really not happy about that. What are you supposed to do in that situation? So, anyways, Matter gets Kevin there. Not sure how he. Maybe he must have made a mistake or something. But, anyways, lap 28. Now this is the last lap. Kevin had DRS, which kind of made things tough for me. But I knew sitting here that there would be some penalties to go around, but. Obviously, I wanted to get as much done on track as possible. I should have had Matter by this stage. I should have had Kevin, then by extension, I should have been having to go Wesker now by this stage. But I'm not, so we'll have to stick with it on the track. Matter and Kevin. I thought I was going to have a run at Kevin here. A little bit of contact, have to be careful. Again, not to make contact, but fuel ERS, yeah, we're good to go. And again, ended up using most of the fuel in the end, so it worked out okay. There was times where I was just burning it for sake of burning it, like coming out of the last sector and such. But the fireworks are going to go off because to keep it is going to win this race, win it by quite comfortably in the end. After he's going to have penalties, and this is when it all begins to get very interesting. So how on earth would this grid form up after that? Kevin goes wide. We're going to take that place and move all the way up to P2. So I think we finished a second a bit ahead of Afri in third. So yeah, that was wild. I got back basically what I had in the end, but yeah, just really fun race. The 2-stop I do like around here. 1-stop is probably technically quicker A to B, but I just really enjoy the 2-stop. You leave yourself a bit of work to do at the last stint, and you think, how on earth am I going to make up all this time in the last stint. There's
15
only a few
seconds
laps
from
left,
the
so
21
but
second.
you
Oh
do manage
my
to actually find a
god.
way. So, but if you're doing this and you're
Halfway through
prone
the
to
game,
penalties, I
we're
would
to
recommend doing the
12.
one
We're up
stop.
to
If you're good at avoiding pens, like I only
We're
got
one up
one
to
here.
6. Graham
A
Ecclesford.
couple of those were meh.
Right.
If I had there changed the direction, maybe I could have avoided one or two of those. But one or two of those warnings. But there's a penalty situation. That was fun. 9 points obviously won't count because I'm a reserve, but a lot of fun nevertheless. Next up, I'll be doing obviously TMC Div 1 in Abu Dhabi, so that'll be fun. And yeah, until next time.